where knowledge fuels financial freedom and learning becomes the road. Welcome to Wealth Wednesday, where knowledge fuels financial freedom and learning becomes the roadmap to lasting impact. Today's session isn't just about accumulating wealth, it's about mindset, it's about leadership, it's about empowering individuals and communities to turn knowledge into action. We are honored to welcome Mrs. Olashore, widely known as the Liberator. Mrs. Olashore is a visionary leader, a wealth strategist, and transformational life coach whose mission is to guide individuals and diaspora families from scarcity to abundance through real estate intelligence, emotional mastery, and mindset reengineering. She helps people turn knowledge into action and ideas into sustainable wealth. As the CEO of Liberated Resources and the lead strategist at Maragon Properties, Mrs. Olashore combines over 15 years of banking experience with 6 years in real estate strategy to empower high net worth investors, professionals, and families in building generational wealth across Nigeria and Africa. Through Liberated Academy, she equips emerging leaders, entrepreneurs, and professionals with tools for emotional intelligence, personal growth, and digital wealth creation, showing that wealth begins not just with money, but with mindset. Today, Mrs. Olashore will guide us in a transformation discussion on emerging entrepreneurs, building wealth, leading with knowledge, and a positive mindset. This is about breaking mental barriers. This is about creating sustainable systems. This is about leading communities through influence and informed action. Please join me in welcoming my sister, my Bell sister, Mrs. Olashore, known as the Liberator.
Thank you. Thank you so much for welcoming me. I'm so grateful to appear on your show, and I'm here to impact with the knowledge I have for all emerging entrepreneurs. Thank you.
Thank you. And we are so grateful in having you. Just to go, and I just want to deep dive into this because there's so much good information that we want to share. So we're just gonna have like a call to action conversation. I'll have some lead in questions for you, and we'll just start is why do you believe mindset is the foundation for building wealth as an emerging entrepreneur?
Yeah, I believe mindset is the foundation for building emerging entrepreneurs. Why this is important is because mindset is the key reason why entrepreneurs succeed in the first place. Because whatever you impute into your mind is actually what you will have. That is the record of success you're going to see in your business. That is what I've seen over the time practically. And this keeps occurring for every stage in your entrepreneurial journey. You need to consciously work and ensure, be intentional with your mindset. Your mind is actually the place where every activity, critical thinking takes place. That is where decisions take place. That is where reasoning takes place, and that is where your feelings come into play. So you need to actually be in total control of your mindset as an emerging entrepreneur. Have a conscious control over what comes into your mind. That is when you should be able to identify what is a negative mindset and what is a positive mindset. Know that when you have a negative mindset, it affects the business in a bad way. It puts roadblocks on your journey. And when you have positive mindset, it actually liberates you and kickstarts your business to a level that you cannot imagine. That is when you just start. That is what I've observed in my own journey as an entrepreneur, as an emerging entrepreneur. And I know that for every step, I had to consciously take that move to not stay where the roadblocks are, but to move past them. And that is when you can emerge successfully as an entrepreneur with a good and positive mindset.
Thank you. So, how can diaspora families leverage real estate and digital strategies to create generational wealth?
Diaspora families can leverage on creating wealth through the real estate and the digital space. I found out that the two work hand in hand. And since the diaspora families have an income leverage when it comes to conversion of their currency back home, they are able to have digital booking of assets across, from our own end, from Africa, from Nigeria, from anywhere in the world, like a global way of acquiring assets. They can acquire it through the digital tools and real estate. There are so much opportunities in the real estate that gives room for diasporans to actually make to turn their income into, assets that they can pass down to their upcoming generation. That is creating generational income now from turning what you have right now from diaspora into our own currency through your due diligence, making your due diligence through the digital tools. The digital tools are available. You can do remote conversion of the income you earn abroad, making sure that you send it through trusted apps right into the currency back home, and then acquire assets that increases in value over the years. That is where generational income comes from. Those assets grow by the year, and we have very fantastic opportunities, that you can plug in through this remote opportunity through the digital tools. The digital tools will give you access to virtual inspection, virtual signing of your documentation and verification, and also ensure that you monitor those things that you have acquired, all the assets you have acquired back home, right from where you are. And you can also see the opportunities that we have through the WhatsApp, the internet, when you connect to the network groups that we have available in the community for investors back home. So you will be able to see the opportunities available, land, like land banking. We have luxurious homes with affordable installmental payments and mortgages. And we have agricultural farms and resorts that are appreciate in value. All that is made available to diasporian across different nations. And there's nothing that debars them from sending their money home, and from the normal norm of just sending money home for people's upkeep. Now they can acquire assets through the real estate, and the digital tools are there to complement this opportunity. So they can leverage on both the real estate opportunities made available, remotely to diasporans, and the digital tools that are available for them to virtually inspect what is on ground that can lead to generational wealth creation.
That is very good. Let me ask you a quick question. If someone wanted to reach out to find more information about the trusted resources through, how would they do that to find trusted resources to invest?
Okay, I love that question. The trusted resource to invest is made available through trusted partners like myself, the CEO of Liberated Resources and Maragon Properties. What we do is we make sure we give you the knowledge of the industry. There are pros and cons you need to look at, the terms and conditions. We make sure we intimate you with the knowledge, intimate you with the right aspects that you need to get. And through those knowledge that we pass across to you, we make sure you get the best of service. The service we give you, we make sure you have trust. That is, we are transparent and we are flexible. We are reliable, and everything we do with our clients from diaspora or from anywhere in the world, we just, there's this integrity is our watchword. This is what I have been doing even from when I was in the bank with all my clients. Now that I'm a business owner, that has formed the foundation of my business. So we, as your trusted partner, we put you through. We don't just leave you in the limbo to find it by yourself. We make every information available on all the properties, on the listings that you're going to get, how your investment will grow, how you will get the kind of return on investment you're going to get on short-term investment and long-term investment, and what is good for you. We'll look at the level you can start from. We take you up personally on a one-on-one, and at the end of the day, we make sure we deliver the best service to you, so that at the end of the day, we get referrals from you. That's what we do.
Thank you. Yes, because I know that there is, a lot of interest in the real estate, and just to go through someone that is transparent and trusted makes that process a whole lot easier and of good value. So thank you. So another question would be, what are the most common mindset barriers that prevent entrepreneurs from reaching their full potential? So, what are some of the mindset barriers um, that you see in your business that will keep entrepreneurs from reaching their maximum?
The major barriers in people's mindsets that keeps them from investing in real estate. Let me use real estate as an example. What keeps an entrepreneur majorly is the fear of unknown, or the fear of, is it going to be a successful investment? Should I start now? That fear just keeps them not moving. It paralyzes that particular person that wants to make that decision. So that's a barrier. Then another barrier is the one in the mind, like a limiting belief. I can call it. It keeps them in a maze, like boxed in a container, and they are not able to help themselves out of it except someone helps consciously. And this aside the doubts, there's doubts, doubting or like comparing yourself to another person. Oh, investment is for someone that has big money.
Mm-hmm.
Who says that what you have cannot start an investment? All we need to do is to let you know where you can start from. But the barriers are there, just hindering the person from seeing opportunities. So that is those are the things, the ones that I normally encounter, and we are here to help you, break those barriers. And then once the barriers are gone, you will be able to see opportunities. That's what we do.
Great, thank you. Yes. Um, so, how does emotional intelligence influence business decisions and leadership effectiveness?
Wow, that's an area that I love, because practically every day, emotional intelligence influences business. It influences business decisions, especially for when you are in a leadership position. The difference is clear when a leader has high emotional uh, um, quotient, and when a leader has a low emotional quotient. That is, someone that is already having emotional intelligence. It places you with values where you listen to your customers, where you listen to your subordinates. That is the area where you pause. You give a listening here, and then you show empathy, and then you're able to channel your emotions appropriately. You don't just react to when there's something goes wrong in the organization, trying to find someone to put the blame on. As a leader,
Mm-hmm.
you take responsibility wholly. That is, holistically, you can be able to, like, where did we go wrong? Trace where the problem is, solve the problem so that it doesn't reoccur. That is what an emotional intelligent leader would do, not push blames on others. And then emotional intelligence will ensure that everyone in the organization is comfortable, doesn't ignore any staff, it doesn't ignore any customer, it serves. That is, anyone that is emotionally intelligent will, at the end of the day, leverage to be the best, to be the most successful, because you are emotionally intelligent. You've been able to portray that in the midst of stress, you can actually keep your emotions under control.
Mm-hmm.
It can be regulated, it can be controlled, because you're in charge. So at the end of the day, your success is limitless as an entrepreneur. So it's very important to have emotional intelligent leaders in business as entrepreneurs, and in your business, you will see that growth will go very high and sustainable because you have emotional intelligence.
Yes, that is very dominating. Is having emotional intelligence, because with everything that's going on along in the world, there's so many, different mindsets, and where you can hold it together with your emotional intelligence speaks
Yeah.
volumes. So, yes. So, I would love for you to share a success story of transforming scarcity, thinking into abundance through your strategies. So, if you could just share a story with us.
Yes, I will successfully share with you a story that happened to one of my clients by the name Sarah. When I met her, she had this mind block about how to even, start investment, simply because she believes that business doesn't bring in the kind of revenue that she actually wants. So the only thing I could do for her is to have sessions with her and ensure that the sessions that I have with her help her to be able to remove, consciously work on the mind blocks that she was having. At the end of the day, I was able to help Sarah to know that those roadblocks can be removed. After which, when we went to the sessions, all I did for her was to make sure we identified, we had a paper, like I opened a session for her. We wrote down the things that actually limit her in her thoughts. And I told her to, okay, write what you know will help you to see what we're trying to build. And she wrote it out. And then consciously we worked on it. Now she has started buying properties, and she's buying from time to time. She's building assets that she's going to hand over to our children. So this is something that I looked at and said, oh, it's not about the income, what she was making, the revenue she was making from her business, but now what was hindering her has been removed, which is the mind block, and now she can leverage on the sessions, and then the mind blocks are gone and her mind is renewed, so she has that energy to actually plug into the acquiring assets that will outlive her. So that's the success story I have to share with you. Thank you.
Well, kudos to you and kudos to Miss
Thank
Sarah.
you.
I'm glad that mind block was removed, and now she can pass things down to her children. Um, I think one of the just off the top of the head, one of the things that um, here we have that mind block of, like you said, out of fear, don't know if this will be a good investment. Wonder
Mm,
if I lose some money. So there's that mind block, and I think we've been conditioned that way to think that way. And I would love to hear something about uh, your academy through Liberated Academy. How do you how how does one get into your academy? What's the process of applying to your academy? Um, just give me a little insight on your academy.
okay. My academy is actually I work one on one with clients that come to me. What I started with when I started with a WhatsApp group, but now what I do for people is one on one consultancy. And when I bring them in, I look at what fits the person. I'll give you the package that fits you, and I'll take you one on one to make sure that you're able to build your credit portfolio to the point where you can actually achieve your dream. I started with students, I started with young professionals, and I've been able to help some. I had them on a WhatsApp group, but now I've been able to personalize everyone's portfolio according to their status, because I have much more bigger clients now than students and working professionals. So that's how I'm able to help each one. So when you want to get into the academy, I'm the one that will train, teach, and help you get enrolled according to what you actually want to achieve. So I tailor it according to each person's mindset. So if you want to build wealth, I tailor it. If you want help in line with your business, I do that for you. So it's the academy is flexible, and I'm able to take in as many people as want to come on board. and I've structured it out in such a way that I know what will fit each person that comes on board. So that's what we're doing now.
Oh, great. That sounds great. And I think you might have touched on this in a prior question, but what habits or practices build long term wealth beyond just financial gains? Um,
Oh,
you have
yes.
to get in a good habit and practice each time, to build that financial gain. So, what do you suggest? Some good habits and
Okay.
practices.
Yeah. I would want to suggest that you have a continuous learning. Don't stop learning. This is one of the habits that I practice as an entrepreneur. I keep learning. I make sure that I not only learn, I unlearn the things that are not helping, and then I make sure that I work in integrity. I make sure I work with people that have the same kind of mindset and energy that I have. Positive mindset, good energy. Those are the kind of people that I make sure I surround myself with. And it goes a long way to, it shows in the results that you have. So those are the things that we want everyone, all the entrepreneurs to continue to do. Make sure you have integrity, make sure you work with the right set of people, make sure you have a positive mindset, make sure you have emotional intelligence in everything
Mm-hmm.
you do. Make sure you build relationship. It's not only money that is actually a currency. Relationship is the currency we're spending now. And I want you to make sure you make this your own, how do I say it? Make it, personalize it. That's what I've
Mm-hmm.
done.
Okay.
I leverage on my networks, my communities. Everyone is special, especially the ones that have the same energies with me. I don't just
Mm-hmm.
work with just anybody. I look
Mm-hmm.
at you, and when I move with you, the energy we generate and the speed with which we achieve things is tremendous.
Mm-hmm.
So I want them to like copy and do exactly what I've said, and they will see themselves, creating wealth, not only through money, but with all the things I've listed. You're good. You have your generational wealth just coming back to you, back to back, because of good relationship.
Now, see, now you're getting me fired up because I do believe in building relationships go a long way. And once you build that relationship, that's just like if someone goes out and try to apply for a grant, they just go out and do the proposal. No, I want to get to know the grantor. I want to get to know their requirements. I want to go to their office hours. I want them to see me before I even go
Mhm.
and apply for this grant. So I want to build that relationship. And that's just with colleagues as well. I like to build,
Yeah.
like you said, I don't work with everybody, but when I work with somebody and build that relationship, that vibe goes a long way. And it's a return of investment on building a relationship. And I love that. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Thank
I
you.
got fired up about that one because I love building a relationship. Oh goodness. Oh, so let me ask you this, and because you are a outstanding leader, so how can emerging leaders balance their personal growth and with building their business empire? Because you do have an empire. So how do you balance the business side with your personal growth, with just life in general?
Okay. Myself as an emerging leader, an entrepreneur, how I balance this particular um, leadership and my business, it goes hand in hand. That is what I do. I make sure that both go hand in hand. I don't separate one and say, oh, the business should grow first, or myself. I don't put myself under or the business under. Everything goes hand in hand. That is how I make sure that I leverage on my expertise. Whatever I learn, I put into my business and it comes back. Because
Okay.
a leader cannot, you can't, how do I say, you can't give what you don't have. So you
Mm.
need to constantly learn. Don't get tired of learning. This is an experience I want to share. As I'm building my business, I did not know that I was putting all my energy into study, that I got 15 certifications. By the time I was done, I was like, what did I just do? Everyone was like, oh, you need it. Oh, you need it. Oh, you need it. You deserve that. I was like, how did I do it? Because I didn't, I read books on a daily basis. If I don't finish it, I don't stop. That is, you need self-control. You need, how do I call it, consistency. You need discipline. You need to take, just take that, take the ownership. Take the ownership of making sure the two grows, because definitely whatever you put in to develop yourself is what the output you are going to put into your business. So it works together. I don't separate them. And that is why I'm moving at the speed with which I found myself here speaking to everyone globally. I keep pushing myself. I don't look at, it's like someone is putting a gun to my back. That is how I move, with speed, with steadiness, and with consciousness that when I grow, my business grows. That is it.
That was powerful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was powerful. I love it. You
Thank you.
said that with conviction, and I believe you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
oh. Now let
Thank
me
you.
ask you this: could you elaborate on the Maragon Properties? That is one of your businesses in real estate. Could you elaborate on
Yes.
that? Do you have to join, be a realtor, or just give me some feedback on that part of the business?
Okay. For Maragon Properties, I had to register properly as a real estate consultant here in Nigeria. I got it registered because Liberty Resources is my coaching and consulting arm. That is where I started at lockdown, where I teach people one on one. So immediately I got into the real estate space. I got trained, I got certified. Then the next thing was to just get my business, registered properly as Maragon Properties. That is how Maragon came into play. And there I have channel, Maragon channel on WhatsApp channel that I open, and I put my listings apart from the broadcasting, things that I do on WhatsApp and social media. I opened that page. I opened the YouTube page for it. And that is part of how people got to know, oh, the coach is now into real estate. I said, it's still me, your coach, and I'm still the one doing real estate. So there's no separation. Just know that my business name is Maragon Properties, while my coaching arm is Liberty Resources. So I maintain my company name for the coaching, and I put that publicly for people to know that I'm also trained properly in the real estate business. So that's what I have to share with you.
Thank you. Yes. So, how can someone get in touch with you through um, the Maragon Properties and also the Liberated Resources? And I know we will probably go back out and put it into the comments, your contact information. So, could you just share how someone could get in contact with you?
Okay. Um, they can come into contact with me through my WhatsApp channel names, Maragon Properties, one word, and Liberated Resources, one word. And on YouTube, they can find me as Maragon Properties and Liberated Resources, one word. Facebook, I'm there, you know, with Liberated Resources and then Maragon Properties. So when you come into my DM, space, I can take you up from there and sort out whatever it is you need me to do because I'm always after service. So, and I give feedbacks through my DMs and even on LinkedIn because that is where I started from. You will see Olubunmi, Olashore, Liberated Resources and Maragon Properties. That is my another office where I stay. So that's
Okay.
how to get to me.
Okay. And I will go back in and put that information in the comment section so they can have that as information to get in contact with you. Um,
Thank you.
so, what is the first step someone should take if they want to move from survival to significance in wealth creation?
The first thing someone needs to do is to have that self awareness of
Okay.
where you are. That's the first thing you need to do. Where is the roadblock? You said survival mentality, that's a roadblock. And you need to get out of that mind block to be able to get into, you know, abundance, wealth creation. Because scarcity will not be able to see any opportunity. You need to get out of that level and that mode of thinking. For you to even get out of that place, you need to be aware of what kind of, we're talking about scarcity now. What kind of scarcity are you glued, that is making you to actually not see opportunities? Is it the one that the fear of not having enough, or the fear has more than me, or the fear of where do I start from? So we need to identify where you are. That is that awareness. Then that's the starting point. After knowing what kind of scarcity you're having, then get a paper, just like I did with Sarah. Write down all those roadblocks. Write down what you would have done differently that will take you. There are some things you're doing now based on your thinking that is keeping you in that place. So you need to actually change the pattern of your action. Something you're not doing that should get you into abundance should be on the right side of your paper. I'm a very practical person. That is why I'm taking you back into class. So you write down the actionable steps that you will take on a daily basis that will keep you in the right thoughts, that will get you out of scarcity into abundance. It will make you to see the opportunities when you remove the road and the mind block of scarcity. Then you move into abundance. Then you see yourself as someone that can actually get assets instead of income that you normally have. Your income is now transformed into assets, and now from scarcity you moved into abundance and wealth creation. Fantastic. You've moved.
Yes. So I've got one more question, then I'm gonna let you have final words. As far as going back to your business of Maragon Properties, do you have like a listing? I'm just going to sign up, and then you can just teach me because I've got questions. Do you, do you have a listing of properties, and will you teach someone the difference in, is there a luxury property? Is there a uh, different type of flats, or just from real estate on our end? I think it's different, but I would like to know more about real estate on uh, your end. So I'm going to go out there
Okay.
and search and find the your channel so I can join. But is there any last final words that you would like to say? Anything about Maragon Properties, Liberated Resources? Um, Hopefully we can get you back in to deep dive more into the properties, because there's a lot of information out there as far as the agribusiness there, that I know people have been asking and inquiring about. So I would love for you to come back and deep dive more into that. But any final words? I'm gonna be quiet.
Yes, I have. I'm happy that you want to learn because that is actually what I do. So we have listings starting from studio apartments that you can use for Airbnb. We have luxurious properties of one bedroom, two bedroom duplexes. We have bungalows, four bedroom bungalows with every solar empowered in greeny estates that only you would want for your family. We have resorts, farm resorts, agricultural resorts that give people long-term benefits for over 50 to 60 years. You can keep earning for life and the land will be yours. We do everything for you on that land. We have the coconut farm. We have the palm tree farm. We have cattle ranches farm. We have cash crops. That is for the agricultural sector. And the luxurious parts, I've noticed that a lot of people, they want already built properties. We've got them. We've got mortgages that back them up for those that love to pay instrumentally. And if you want to pay outright, that is very good. We will love such people. But at the same time, we make sure we're flexible to make sure we satisfy all our customers. So that's what we have in the real estate space.
Yes, we definitely got to get you back on with the real estate, because you have just gave a whole listing of some interesting areas. I do want to ask. I know I'm running out of time, but I do want to ask: do you all have fish farms that you
Yes,
can
we do.
invest in?
Yes, we do. We have fish
Okay.
farms. Yes, we do. There's a very big farm in Ibadan, and it's going to be the largest tourist attraction place. One of my mentors is actually the one that owns it because she's been someone I've been um, looking at that. Wow, she does loves fishery and she does it with her husband. She has a lot of investment back here in the US, and she's doing a lot in that space of tourism and agriculture. So I would say yes, we have the fish farming, and she's doing a big scale. So we've got all that.
Okay, we will talk backstage. Because you already know how to get in touch with me. I know how to get in touch with you. So yes, we will. So thank you so much. I appreciate everything. This comes from the heart, that I really, really adore you. I think a lot of you, and I appreciate you being my sister. So I just want to say thank you. And as we close today's Wealth Wednesday session, we are reminded that wealth is intentional. Like she said, you have to be intentional about it. Mindset shapes the opportunity. Knowledge creates leverage. Emotional intelligence drives sustainable decisions. Mrs. Olashore, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right, has shown us that the understanding your finances, your mindset, and your strategy gives you freedom. Wealth is just not money, it's clarity, purpose, and action. It's about building stability for yourself and your family and your community. Thank you, my sister, Mrs. Olashore, the liberator, for helping us build smarter, stronger, and more intentional paths to wealth. I want to thank, on behalf of Juneteenth, New York City CEO, Mrs. Athenia Rodney. Thank you for letting us do this on your platform. I want to thank the production team that is backstage making this happen for us. I want to thank everyone, and I want you to look forward to more Wealth Wednesdays. Thank you.